All right, this is my second take of Curtis Miami game day Bills versus the Dolphins. I got one hand holding the mic, the other one holding the laptop, and they want to move, and I got to try to hold them together in the same spot. So I'm psyched. This is my second day in Miami, guys. You know I try to do evaluation, but I'm getting so amped. My wife is psyched to go see this game, so I'm going to try to give you a good evaluation today. But you can see I'm in Miami, and the crazy Dolphin fervor is taking me over. But I will do my best to give you a good evaluation. Can't wait going with my man PJ tonight. Going to be watching the game live. Going to try to give you up-to-date coverage. But here we go. I'm going to do two podcasts. One from the Bills' perspective, where I can be a little bit more objective, I guess. And this one's going to be from the Dolphins' perspective. But I think it will be objective. But I'm going to try. But it's going to definitely be me amped up. So Dolphins, huge game. I know some people are saying we must win it. And I think we've got to if we really want to take aim at this division to beat the Bills, to get that monkey off our back. But part of me is feeling if it's a good game, a close game, somehow we don't pull it out, but we're able to do some things on the inside with that run game like we saw at the end of last week. To me, that says, you know what, we can go on the road and beat some of these tough teams at the end of the season. And we can go on the road in the postseason. And to me, I'd love to win the division. I'd love to beat the Bills tonight and next time. But what I want more for the season is a playoff win or two to validate what we're doing and add all those picks. So as you probably could tell, it's going to start with the offensive line, and it's going to work its way out. My view is, and you can see in this graphic here, look, they got Cam Lewis in, Taron Johnson's out. Cover guy who struggles a little bit in the run game. They got Cam Lewis, who's good in the run game, but struggles a little bit in the pass game. And that's going to be a major, major key. But can the Dolphins take advantage? We got Waddle and Hill, who could destroy Cam Lewis. But they got Rasul Douglas, who's a good player. They got Benford. They got the orange square around him. Good player, but he's just not fast. But can we get those three wide looks? Can we get Waddle or Hill in the slot to get a one-on-one matchup with Lewis? That's going to be the thing. Can Benford stay with us if we can get the protection to get this to a mid to late clocking? These are two huge keys for me. And then there's the top. Hamlin and Rapp, they played pretty okay last week, but I'm still not certain about what they can do over the top. I do like Douglas, and I do like Benford aside from the speed. Hill and Waddle, the protection's there. They can rip a couple of big plays off, and that could be the difference tonight. So my concerns for the Bills and my hopes for us is we could take advantage of Cam Lewis, Benford's lack of speed in this over-the-top safety group. Can they hold this thing down, or can we blow the top off? But Smith, very, very few catches, very few little action. He had to drop on the screen. Can we get this guy going? He was a huge... Jonnu Smith was one of my biggest ads, and it was kind of like a letdown. Smythe didn't have a good game. Hill had a nice one. Julian Hill, can he play a bigger role? Those tight end group is going to play massive for our run game. Now, Mostert, he's out with the injury. Sucks. I love this guy. I think he's a beast. Jalen Wright's in, though, and I love what he can do. He's going to play a big role for us inside. Achan's a little ding, questionable. But I got from a little source, a little birdie, that says he's looking real good. So I'm hoping that he's able to maintain that through the game. And if he can, it's those edge runs, those edge screens that he could take the distance. Now, Rasul Douglas and Benford, they struggled a little bit in the run game, run stop last week. But this, I'm losing my voice. I was up late last night with somebody who's really a great reporter, maybe drinking a little bit too much, so my voice is cracking. So be prepared. I'm a little under the weather, guys. So the edge run game is going to be huge. Douglas and Benford, they're good at the run stop, struggled last week. Can we take advantage of that? But for me, it's all about the inside. Bernard and Williams. Bernard had a lot of tackles, but he struggled in a lot of ways. Is it going to continue this week? Milano's missed a little bit, guys. I think, it's pretty clear that they need this guy back. Can we take advantage of that? But the key way for that is the inside run game. Oliver struggled in the run defense. Uh, Daquan Jones, he was pretty good. Big guy. Rousseau, though, is unbelievable. They're going to play Rousseau against Tehran, who, last week against Allen, he had not his best game. But will they face Rousseau on him, or they move him against Jackson, who some people like his game? I kind of did, but I still saw some of the flaws. And what is Miller going to do? Is he going to keep going vertical as far as his play, or he's going to level off? But it's the interior. Jones, Brewer, and Eichenberg matched up with Jackson, working on Oliver, Daquan Jones, and Johnson on the inside with Bernard and Williams behind him. Can we open that stuff, peel it open like we did last week at the end of the game? My evaluation is we called the right calls, we executed the right plays, but there was a lot of sun on this smaller Jags front who had time of possession, 8 minutes or so against them. And so was it the sun, the TOP, and the size difference? Or did that McDaniel saying, hey, let's blast inside, let's be physical, and these guys doing their job? Which one was it? We're going to find out this week. To me, the ultimate, I know Tua's going to do well. I know Hill and Waddle's going to do well. I know they're going to call screens and play actions to offset this stuff, and we're going to be in position. But we've got to be physical inside. Can we get the high leverage, the nickels, to creep up? Can we get the looks to get a couple of those big plays? Allen's going to be good. They've taken a lot of his mistake-prone stuff off the table because they're running the ball more. And he had one boneheaded play last week, but for the most part, he was very patient, and he held his water as far as his turnover-worthy plays. So we've got to get this defense of the Bills creeping up, attack their love of nickel and small looks. That's going to be the keys on offense versus defense. But on the other side, you got the Allen and this offense that's kind of lost some superstars at the receiver position, but they still look good. You go back and watch the tape. Murray scrambled a lot and bought a lot of time. He had a kick return for a touchdown. And then, they're getting their way, feeling their way on the defense. They let up some runs inside, and that's really one of their weaknesses. Connor's a good runner inside. Cardinals were able to take advantage of that. That's why I see it as a key this week. But they're not a bad defense, despite the loss of Taron Johnson, despite the loss of Milano. It's sort of a shaky little look. I think it was still a better win last week. But what you got here is Coleman, big guy. Can he match up on Fuller and Ramsey? Or is Ramsey going to come back, who was a little hot and cold, but got hotter towards the end of the game? Is he going to come hot from the beginning? Can they get Shakir, who breaks a lot of tackles? We have a little bit of an issue with breaking tackles. Can he get off? Hollins, he's a good player. We know that. But, you've got Holland and Poyer over the top, which is an excellent top of the defense. You got Fuller, who, however you slice it, he's a good player. And Ramsey, even if he's not at 100% yet, he's still top. Those four guys are going to be able to kind of pull things together and hold things as far as their ability to make big plays. But then you got Kennard and Knox inside in the 12 personnel and 21 personnel look, whether it's one tight end or two tight ends. And they're going to be going against Long and Brooks. Brooks is brought here for his pass coverage. Long kind of struggles a little bit. Are they going to be able to take advantage of that? But again, you saw last week with the Jags, they got on us with the run game and were able to pound away at us. This run attack can be potent. Cook, despite his size, is able to work inside. But Torrance had not such a great game. And they were able to get some good run stuff going, but it got a little offbeat at times. With Sealer and Campbell and Phillips and Agba, are they going to be able to control this? You control this run game, and then you go back to Allen having to carry the day on the ground where you can get hit, get tired, or you're going to have him have to throw the football and have a tendency to make plays. It's going to come down to this run game for the Bills versus our defense. And I've talked about it, the Ravens style, McDonald style defense loves light looks. and they're stopping the run is critical, especially on first down. So look for those first down runs to really decide how this game's going to be played. And then Kincaid on the receiving side of the ball with Brooks and Long. And then Kohu. I thought Kohu had some good plays, but he missed some tackles. And again, he gets a little exposed in that mid to late clock. So these are going to be the keys to the game. I know Allen's going to do his thing. But how many turnovers does he get to balance out his big plays? How do they get the run game going? And can we tackle Shakir? Man, too late at night. That voice is cracking, guys. So I think the Dolphins have a great shot at this, but it's got to start with stopping the Bills' run game, getting that interior run, taking advantage of Cam Lewis, getting some big plays, and forcing Allen to throw. Brady was patient with the run game even when they were behind and even on a critical drive. Can you get Brady doing a Dorsey and a Dable and going, Allen, save us? That will go a long way towards our win. The evaluator in me says I want to see the Bills lose before I predict them to lose, but I'm going to the game with my wife. She's waited 20 years to go to a game. She kind of got off the Dolphins bandwagon in the 1-15 season. So I'm predicting predicting my voice is going to go by the end of tonight, but I'm predicting Dolphins are going to win by 4. I think that maybe they can get this done if they can get these two key parts, stopping the run and getting the run game inside. And that's my biggest evals for the game. So, guys, I'll see you later. Hopefully my voice is available. I'm going to be yelling until I'm blue in the face. Enjoy the game tonight. This is what it's all about. Dolphins have their shot. I wouldn't get off the Dolphins bandwagon if we don't win. But, man, get on the bandwagon and add nitro to it if we win. This is a real different experience for me. It's more emotion than intellect, and I'm enjoying it. This is really what it's about, guys. So have a good game. I'll see you posting stuff from the tailgate party all the way up to halftime and the end of the game. Go Fins! Start building your own online sportsbook today by getting signed up with aceperhead.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.